Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Vaheguru
Vaheguru
Ji
Ji
Ki
Ki Fateh.
Fateh.
Well, it's such a blessing today to be here with Bibi Gurprit Kaur. It's an honor. We've been listening to your katha for a long time and
My
very
Guru.
inspiring and find it very inspiring. And you're here now in Canada for a few days.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your trip here and meeting
Good.
Sangat?
Maharaj Kirpa, first of all, thank you for having me. I was excited. I've never met you, and I feel it's an honor, really. So, even this trip, Guru Sahib planned it all, and I just spoke to Tejpreet, and every program got booked, and then found out about you, and even then, so we are here now. So, Maharaj Kirpa, it's all going good.
Anji. And you live primarily in Malaysia, is that
Yeah,
right? But
I
then you're
was
traveling
born there.
born there.
Yeah, I was
Anji,
born there,
Anji. Wow,
Hanji.
wow.
My parents were born there
Oh.
as well. So my grandparents came from India after the British occupation,
Mm.
and then everyone then migrated, and yeah.
So talk maybe a little bit, just share a little bit about your pathway into Sikhi. What brought you, obviously you're raised in a Sikh family and this and that, but
Yeah.
what gave you the inspiration to become very devoted to this path of life and wanting to share these teachings?
If I recall my memory, like as young as I could be, I used to see my Dadaji. We call him Bappa because that's what my dad used to call him. And I would see him wearing this kashera, and he would always. I would wonder what is it that he's wearing, and then on the weekend he would go to the gurdwara. Like every day he would go in Matha Tek. On the weekends he would go to the gurdwara no matter what. And if I close my eyes and I imagine him and his best friend, they would sit next to the kirtani and they would sing this beautiful tarna. So tarna is like words that it's not like in Gurbani, but they come up with it and they sing. And that really felt, it was so much of love. So I started slowly from there. And then my dad, I come from a normal Punjabi family. They're not Amritari or anything. So my dad would bring me to the Gurdwara on Sundays, and he would make me sit in the darbar, and it would be empty. So I would just be in the Gurdwara, and slowly, the Gyaniji would call me, and he would say, Ki, come here, Ethe Aja, and sit with us and do the screen seva. So, you the iGurbani app. There's no one in the darbar, but we are still dedicatedly doing screen seva. And slowly from there, I started reading the Bani Vasa Divar. And I was like, wow, it's really interesting what Guru Sahib is trying to say. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. So read the translation, and then I upgraded from screen seva to reading the Pauri, reading the Slok. Slowly got involved in the seva, and then I remember it was a weekend camp where from West Malaysia, which is another island, some Naujawan, they came and they had a weekend camp. And I learned a lot of things there. But one key memory was about a hukamnama. How do you even receive a hukamnama when the Guru Sahib is speaking, Hana? Many a times, even when Guru Sahib hukamnama is being taken, we just look around or we walk around. But the whole time in the darbar, we are expressing our emotions to the Guru. We are praising the Guru, we are speaking to the Guru, and the Guru listens. But when it's time for the hukamnama, now the Guru is speaking and we must sit and listen. So that was it was a key memory of that camp. Then, so I started learning about, I think you mentioned the big Sammelan that they have in December. I went to that one and I learned about Amrit. Oh, my state at that time was as if someone just took away my life if I didn't get Amrit. I just needed it. I just wanted it. I was dying for it. And my family, I was studying at that time, so my father said, Ki, take some time. You still need to study. You still need to take care of yourself. So 1 year I practiced the Rahat. Didn't know all about it, but I just wanted it. And then by the end of the year, then I went back to the same Sammelan. And then I got blessed with the Amrit by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Slowly things went on. There was one question I asked Guru Sahib after I took Amrit. What's next? Like, I've done it. Okay, I'm in. Now what? and I was really craving for Sangat, and
Right.
because in that small town, beautiful place, very nice, very pure, very calm, but you do need Sangat who brings you forward. Then I was Maharaj Kirpa, Guru Sahib gave me a scholarship, and then I went to the bigger state and then studied there, and I had bigger Sangat. But still then you're keeping your head, you're reading Gurbani, you're going to Gurdwara, you're doing Seva, but you're not still getting somewhere spiritually. So eventually then, I think in 2016, I'm not sure whether you know this, but I was discovered with cancer.
Yes, I heard about
Yeah,
that. Yes.
yeah. That was one of the major turning point. Before that, I've had a lot of procedures, surgeries, heart surgeries, and so on. But this was a big thing for me, and so was from then on, I think, the path of spirituality, thinking about bigger questions like, who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? What is my mission? And who should I keep with me? And things like that. So slowly then, I started getting those answers. And you start hearing the voice that we were speaking about. You start hearing the voice, Guru Sahib speaking to you and guiding you through life. And so then on, I did my treatment. Maharaj Kirpa did my treatment and everything. And then I left my job.
Okay.
It was just an abrupt decision, but it was Guru Sahib's calling as well, to leave your job, and something else is planned for you. And then I joined Basics of Sikhi, and Prachar journey started from there. Hanji.
So how do you feel in this progression for yourself? How do you feel that really Guru's message began to manifest within you, where you knew that you really had to serve at the feet of the Guru, spread Guru's teachings? What was it that really gave you that inspiration, or how did you become more aware that this was the mission that you wanted to take on?
To be honest, at that time, when the mind is very loud, when the voices around you is too loud, you can't hear the voice within you. Like we call it Shabad Guru. We can't hear it. And so at that point, when the first point when I started properly hearing Guru Sahib was when the treatment was all done, and I was not enjoying. I really loved the job that I do. I was teaching children. I love teaching children, but it was becoming like a chore. You were not enjoying it, and then the voice inside me was like, give up, just resign from that job. And I was again like, should I? But what about one of the main reasons sometimes we are afraid is the what if. What if I resign? How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to get money? How am I going to get income? How will I survive? And Guru Sahib was like, don't worry, everything will be done. And that time we had just gotten a house, and I was still paying mortgages and my car and this and that. So in fact, when I tendered my resignation, my manager, she goes, no, we cannot accept this. We will give you a branch to manage. We will increase your salary, but we need you. So I went back to my table and I sat down and I thought about it. So then I kept quiet and I tried to listen to that voice. And it said, no, don't agree to it. Just resign. So I did that. And then again, I asked Guru Sahib, now what? I've done this, now what? It was in that month where I found out about the academy. And it was such an attraction, like immediately oh, this is it. I want to learn more about Sikhi. I want to know what my Guru is trying to say to me. I read Bani, I maybe understand it, but why is there that the connection is still lacking? So as I was in the UK for 6 months, we stayed in the Gurdwara. So I had access to Guru Sahib like right in front of me. And many a times I learned this skill of where we do an ardas and we seek hukamnama from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So you speak to your Guru in any language, in any form, from your heart, you do the formal ardas, you cry, you laugh, or you just stand there for hours. And then you ask the Guru to give you advice or, decide something for you, or even give a yes or no answer. And then from that, things started moving.
Well, it takes a lot of courage to, especially at your age and at that young age, it takes a lot of courage to trust into that.
Yeah.
I've been on this path for many, many years, but it did take me time to really truthfully trust, right? And know that, and understand that Guru Sahib does take care of me.
Yeah.
That everything is there, that we don't have to run after it. Obviously, rather than running and getting something, just be and receive. But to allow ourselves to receive takes a lot of transformation. That trust at the feet of the Guru takes a lot of transformation to believe in that, especially, and the Guru, of course, in Gurbani talks so much about Maya, right, the illusion of what this life is and living in that Maya. But to understand that as Gurumukh, the trust, Gurumukh equals the trust. And to firmly hold that trust takes a lot of courage.
It does, yeah.
And you've held this courage, and you've got a long, long journey ahead of you to really make an impact into this world. Where do you feel you want to be? How do you project yourself, or think about where Guruji might guide you to be in the future?
Hanji. I remember an incident when I was a child. So I grew up with a single parent, and I felt that it was not just my dad taking care of me. I had to take care of him as well with my grandmother. But it was beautiful. We were trying to learn about each other. We were fighting with each other, and so on. So my dad, he got into a drinking habit, and I was like, what is it that he's doing? Why is he not at home? And my dadima would go like, he's going out, I'm worried about him. Please tell your dad, or don't do this. And I was just a young kid. I think I was maybe 8, 9 years old at that time. And so, you don't know about a kid like at that age, you know about Vaheguru. But even now when I teach children, it's so abstract that if they can't see it, they won't believe it. It's not easy. So I just spoke to whatever it was, and I said, "Hey Rabba, I agree with that. I need a sign that my dad that my dad is drinking. I need a sign so I know that he's not lying to me. I can see that, and I need you to help me to make him stop whatever he's doing." So after that, I don't know how long, but it was an immediate response from Guru Sahib that when my dad used to come home drinking or anything, or he drank, he would get blisters on his palm here and on his feet. And it just appeared like that. And he was like, what is happening? And then I was like, I'm trying to put the dots together. I was like, I think whatever I asked for is Guru Sahib has answered my ardas, or Vaheguru has answered my ardas. So I didn't say it to him, but I tell him, see, this is a sign, you need to stop. So he started feeling pain, and he realized every time I drink, it comes back. And eventually, without therapy, without, counseling, without anything, he just stopped. It just stopped on its own. And but then I didn't take it seriously at that time, until eventually, you go through challenges in life, and you realize, wow, even at that time, Guruji was listening to me. I'm going to be honest, Virji, I don't know what Guru Sahib has in plan for me. What's going to happen, or how much impact I want to or I will make on the Panth. That's for the Guru to decide.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. No, it's very true. Because we don't know in life what, the path is already written for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes people come to me and they'll say, well, Bhai, what is my path? What is my path? And I say, path is already there.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what that path is. You have to trust that path on your own, and to how you feel it's going to guide you.
Yeah.
Because once the Dharma is there, we talk about Dharma and Karma. Once Dharma is realized, the path of your truth, the path of righteousness, the path at the feet of our Guru, to trust into that, then that becomes the path of the Guru. It doesn't become my path. I'm not I didn't decide this is going to be my path and this is what I'm going to do, and so many people should know this and that. In fact, I was one that said, I don't want nobody, one shouldn't even know my name. When I started in the Gurdwaras for 20 years, the first 20 years, I said nothing. For 20 years, I just did save. I mean, they asked me to teach the kids. I would teach the kids a few things, this and that. But I didn't say a word, and I said, I don't want even one person should know my name. I'm here just to do seva, and which is remarkable for a white person in Toronto, in Canada, for 20, literally for 20 years. I mean, I did seva, and we did programs, we did this and that, but I didn't talk, I didn't want. And then when I started to do, when the Sangit approached me, I was in my 40s, and Sangit approached me and said, would you like to come and teach and this and that? And then we started the television program. And that was the first time after 20 years that I started. And then Guruji Sahib just opened all the doors up. And I didn't know that that path would be a path that I would walk. We were running businesses, we were supporting the Sangit, doing these kinds of things. So what I learned especially from that was that if I relax, if I'm calm, if I'm sahaj, if I'm calm, peaceful within myself, which comes through my practice, right? So when we started to do sadhana, I was telling you the story about when I started to do that first sadhana, I haven't stopped that sadhana in 50 years.
Wow.
I don't think I've missed a day. Well, we've traveled, we're running around, we're doing this and that. But there's not been a day, even in 50 years, let's say, that I haven't read Japji Sahib, but at least once in the morning, or when obviously when we're traveling, but that the sadhana has been the mainstay, the Amrit Vele has been the mainstay of my entire life, through thick and thin, through plus and minus, through deep upsets to great achievements, right? But it all, as this Dharma is guiding us, then that's the living force. Provided, I believe, that we stay rooted at the feet of our Guru. Never leave that. So I've gone in front of the Guru, so I always say, Guruji, I may be the worst guy in the world, may have done the most rotten things you could ever imagine, but I'm never going to leave your feet.
I'm yours.
I'm yours.
You're going to take care of me,
And Guru does,
Guru does. If we learn the art of just letting go, even if you could be doing like the best things or the worst things, but the art of letting go that I have done it or I'm doing it. And everything in the hands of the Guru. Someone said something, I don't know, it's very thoughtful. I was thinking about it. He said, when someone praises us, or like, someone says, oh, Benji, it was an amazing katha. Sometimes I ask, okay, what did you learn? And go like, oh, okay, it was amazing. Sometimes they just praise. And we say like, Guru di vadiyaiya is the praise of the Guru. But when someone slanders us, when you go down, we take it upon ourselves. But as a Sikh of the Guru, if we say everything is yours, I'm yours, which means, Maharaj, if the slander is on me, it's even that slander is yours. So you take care of my honor. So that got me thinking. I said, that is the art of letting go of, even we let go of the good at times, but even the bad as well. Let it go.
Guru says Sukh or Dukh is the same.
It's the same.
There's no difference between it. It's a good time or bad time. We say, I'll tell people, I say, well, if today Guruji gives me the best day of my life, I'll thank Guruji, you gave me this best day. But if you give me the worst day in my life, I'm blessed to have that with you.
Because that's an experience as well. Sukha, Dukha, even Gurbani says they're just kapde that human wear. You take one, you wear one, gets dirty, you're done with it, and then you wear the other one. Two sides of a coin. You can't get rid of it.
But to be in that consciousness, right? So what I'm saying is that you represent that consciousness of understanding, which you've attained at your age. You've attained it. You're still going to grow. There's many distances to go. And Gurbani, you can study many lifetimes and still not say, I understand Gurbani, right?
That's true. That's true.
But, to reach that state of awareness within yourself is a great, this Guru's Kirpa, just that goodness of God has given to you that understanding.
So one of the guru that I'm very much connected to when I read itihas, when I read Sakya is Guru Angad Dev Ji.
Hanji.
And I would say this in Katha as well, that we look at the outside world, or we look at the relationship of a mother and a son, or a husband and a wife, or even like Bhai Gurdas Ji mentions about Laila Majnu, Heer Ranja, and we think like these are great love stories, such great love connection. But when we read history, the greatest love story is always between a Sikh and the Guru. And Bhai Lehna Ji, who then becomes Guru Angad Dev Ji, is the perfect example of this. So I imagine and I could feel the journey of Bhai Lehna Ji from just becoming, first was a normal person who lived his normal life, householder's life, had children, had family, runs his own business, to suddenly, in one moment, hearing Gurbani and having that realization that, wow, I'm attracted to this thing and I need to know what this is. And that was just a Shabad. So Bhai Lehna Ji then continues his journey and he starts finding for the Guru. And it's interesting that in the middle of the way, the Guru themselves comes to receive Bhai Lehna Ji, and yet Bhai Lehna Ji could not recognize. Because he wants to know, he wants to meet Paramatma, he wants to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji, but he just doesn't recognize, how do I recognize the true Guru? And until he meets Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he falls at the feet of the Guru and he never gets up, he stays with the Guru. But when the time comes then, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji realized, I am in love with my Sikh as well. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells Bhai Lehna Ji, who then becomes Guru Angad Dev Ji, that you have to leave Kartarpur and go to Khadur Sahib. And the pain at that point of unable to leave your beloved, your Isht, your beloved, Guru Angad Dev Ji felt it. And in that love, in that bairag, Guru Angad Dev Ji recited a few saloks. Guru Maharaj says, Jis pyare syo neho tis aage mar chaliye, trig jivan sansar take pache jivana. That there's no point living in this world after my beloved leaves. So it got me thinking that the path of spirituality, especially when you're coming to realize your true self, your Atma, you're doing bhakti, you're doing meditation, you're getting to know yourself, all these layers of Maya, all these layers of ego is shedding away. Personally, for me, I feel it's a very painful journey. It's a very painful one, you know, you're peeling off that layer, and it's painful because you're finally getting to realize that all of this is not real. And I've attached myself to these things, and I've probably wasted lifetimes in these. And now that realization is coming in. In that moment, the pain is there, but Maharaj is telling us that the sukha, the ananda that's going to come in the future, you're going to experience all of that. But for that ananda to come, you have to go through this pain.
It's very true.
And I get that inspiration from Guru Angad Dev Ji. And for months he was in that bairag, you know. And in the normal world, I mean, I don't say this commonly, but in a normal world, if we would see someone in that kind of state, we would say, why are you so depressed? Why are you so down? Like, you know, this is not how a Sikh should be. But in the love of the Guru, there's so much of pain. There's that, but it's not a negative pain. It's a positive one. And then eventually, after a few months, when there's so much bhakti, that energy that was built up in Guru Angad Dev Ji, when he finally revealed himself, Baba Buddha Ji and the Sangat came, and you know, they did Beinti, please come out and, you know, give us your darshan. And he finally revealed himself. And then what was that state? That state in Patandi Savaye, Pataji, he says, Hove Sifat Khasamadi, Nur Arson Korson Chatti, Tuda Ditte Sache Pacha. That finally, when I see you, Sache Pacha, our dukkha, all of it is gone. All of the dukkha that we feel, the dunyavi dukkha, the worldly dukkha is gone. because of what you have achieved. And now you're in Ananda, and now you're giving us, you're radiating that bliss, that Ananda to us as well. So when I'm going through this journey, I think about that, and I'm telling myself, don't lose hope. There's a stage to come where you're going to experience
Well,
bliss.
it's very true, and that stage will continue
Yeah.
growing. What I've experienced over my many years was that there's been so much advancement in my consciousness, so much, and still it never stops.
never
I
stops.
can't say, well, I'm at this age, I've reached nirvana, here I am, that's it, samadhi, I'm finished. No, it's not true.
Never.
It never stops, and the challenges never stop.
Yeah.
And to challenge ourselves, that's the inner strength, the inner grit. And that's what Guru Sahib has given to me more than anything, has been
Yeah.
that grit, that when others are falling, we're standing.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a message to send, and the world today needs Guru's message.
Yeah.
And you know, you mentioned about Shabad Guru and the power of that technology and sound vibration to change
Yeah.
the consciousness of humanity,
Yeah.
not just in the vibration of each of us that have that opportunity, but that Shabad Guru, the technology and the science of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji
Yeah.
Maharaj, is a science that can heal this entire planet
That's true.
and bring this planet to peace, which shall be. I don't know, you may see it, maybe your generations, maybe not, but the fact is that what came to my mind always as I was going on my pathway was never to stop believing.
Yeah.
And to this day I don't stop believing that to be a truth, and that's been the inspiration, and Guru guides that inspiration and has always guided it. You know, I like the word hopeless because it doesn't mean no hope, it just means sometimes a little less. Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we have the opportunity in this life, and however we came to, you know, I was very blessed. You were born at the feet of the Guru, but still you had your journey to go. I was 24, I came to the feet of the Guru. I don't know, Guru had to give me 24 years before he said, okay, you can come back now. I don't know what my karma was. But anyways, finally, at least I was brought back, you know, to the feet of the Guru. And then the generation of that within our soul, our atma, our spirit, it's so deep to even to define it.
Yeah.
You know, and the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, which are universal. You know, people used to say to me in the Sangha, they say, oh no, you have the darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, your dasam dwar is open, you have the darshan of Guru. I said, no, I said, everybody has the darshan.
Everybody,
I said,
yeah.
no, Ji, you have that, you know, they say, right, you know, you have that darshan, Ji, you have the darshan of Guru Nanak. I said, no. I said, everybody has that darshan.
Yeah.
Everybody has that opportunity to experience it.
And that's what I have realized over the past few years, that one of the biggest, I won't say problem, but it is an issue. Guru Nanak Dev Ji started this path.
Anji.
And the reason was, at that point, in the whole world, there was this idea that God is somewhere,
Anji.
and we are all
Exactly.
sinners, and we are all separate from God, and we cannot be one with God.
Anji. Yes,
And only certain people could. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji came and said, no,
that's right.
that our aim is to becoming one with Vaheguru, and the Guru who's going to guide us is going to show us the path. So Guru is not going to say, you guys are lower, the Guru is greater. You just have to follow what I say, but you can't become me.
Anji.
And so even now, I feel that during the Guru's time, that was the message, that the Sikha can become one with Vaheguru, just like how the Guru is one with Vaheguru. But now what we have done is we have separated Guru Granth Sahib Ji,
Anji, that's
and
correct.
we said, oh, we can just mathate from far, we can just fateh bala to Guruji, but yeah, we cannot, it's difficult to have darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Only certain people can have their dasam dwar open, only certain people can experience, but we cannot get there.
Anji. Anji.
So we have again separated ourselves from what Guru Sahib's mission was, and therefore we can experience what Guru Sahib experienced themselves. And Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਪਹੁੰਚਿਆ, wherever I am, come and experience there. Come here and experience it. Not just look from far and say, yeah, you are good, this is amazing, but I can't get there.
Yeah, that separation,
Yeah.
which I've seen for many, many years in our Sanghats, has especially driven our youth away.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, your generation, many of your generation did decide to leave because the teaching wasn't given in a way that it could be absorbed or given.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes people will ask me, they say, well, oh, you're a Sikh. I said, no, I'm not a Sikh. Oh, you don't practice the Sikh religion? I said, no, I'm not part of the Sikh religion. I'm part of the Sikh way of life.
Yeah.
So Guru Nanak Dev Ji came to give us a way of living, a way of life.
Yes.
Right? Not that we should be religious fanatics or that. And you're right about that. Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they said that God lived outside of you and somebody had to take you to that God.
Yeah.
And Guru Nanak Dev Ji was the first that said, no, it's not true. He said, God lives inside of
Live
us.
inside of us.
And everybody can experience God. Everyone has that experience.
Everyone has the right to experience that even.
Yeah.
And but
generates, organizes, and delivers. Takes care of everything.
Yeah. And so that's what exactly, like the word that you say, that now we have categorized Sikhi as a religion. And this word, unfortunately, when we use English language to explain Gurbani or even Sikhi, the message gets diluted very much. So when we use the term religion, immediately in the minds of the people comes rules, regulation, good, bad, right, wrong, that's it. But nothing about, it's to become one, it's to realize your true self and unite with Paramatma, unite with Vaheguru. And so they get afraid of it and they just then move away. But they are trying to find spirituality, they're trying to walk on the path of spirituality. And even in Gurbani, I feel we are not touching a lot of these concepts. We are just touching ki changa kiya, mara kiya, what should you be doing? That's good. What is your daily life practice? That's amazing. But many of us don't even recognize who are we truly. We will just say, I'm the body. I'm here to just and have a good life, be a good person. But Mara says just being a good person is not enough. You have to realize who you are. What is the quality of your Atma? How do you speak to that Atma, Paramatma who is within you and have that connection? And so the youth nowadays especially, why is it? It got me thinking. We speak, the mind is something that is given, it's a tool given to us by Paramatma. The mind has been there in the beginning. In our Buzurg, in our older generation. We still have the mind now, and we still have it in the future. But why is it now we are speaking so much about mental illnesses? And maybe it was being spoken about in the past, but it was not as much. Now it's become a big thing. And why is that? Because what if those in the past, they had the tools of Gurbani, they had the power of Nam, they had the power of Bani to heal their mind and heal their body. But over time, we have separated the Guru from us. We have made Guru Granth Sahib just, you matha take and that's it. You can't connect to the Guru.
Right.
And over time, we lose the tools of Gurbani. We lose the power of Nam. And now when we're facing the same problem, now we are going to the world to try to heal us. And Maharaj is saying, every medicine, every daru is in me. Why are you seeking it outside?
Yeah, but people do, and that is that separation, and we see that so much. And what drew me to the teachings was that Guru Nanak Dev Ji always talked about what is happening within us, right? To go within, to look within, to take that responsibility. But we're seeing that today, and throughout our Sangat, which is just a reflection of the world, is that responsibility they don't want, to look within inside of ourselves, to find out what that is that's going on, to regenerate within. But it's just not there, and that experience isn't there, and that's not being transferred to the children. So they don't have that connection at the feet of the Guru. So just you go to Matate, get prasada, go to Prasad, and then go to the Langar Hall or to where you want. And there's no respect for what Guru Granth Sahib Ji even represents, right? Wearing torn jeans and shorts and tattered shirts, and it's when I see people like I say, my God, you're coming to the feet of the Guru. Dress yourself. If the Guru was a living Guru, if you were coming to the court of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, wouldn't you want to dress in best
How would you
bana
dress up?
and, crown yourself with the dastar and everything, right? But so how do we, knowing that is a truth, how do you feel we can start to bring that back? And I know, because I've listened to a lot of your kata, that you're very insightful and you're very progressive, which to me is what you say is what I say, and we speak the same kinds of things. But you can reach, it's certainly because of your being able to speak in Punjabi, which I'm limited in. You can, and my age now, I'm like Babaji now, just a grandfather. But you have this whole arena open for you, right? How do you feel you can impact into that? What do you feel we need to do to help impact?
I think first of all, one of the messages I'm trying to give right now is don't think Guru Granth Sahib Ji is something that you have no access to.
Anji.
Yesterday I asked a question. I was in a school and I asked a question. I said, whose guru is Guru Granth Sahib Ji? And they said, Sikhan da Guru, the Guru of the Sikh. And I said, that's a wrong answer. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is Jagat Guru, is everyone's Guru.
Anji.
Anyone who comes here in any state of mind and body has access to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. When I mean access, is to speak and connect with the Guru. Whether they understand Punjabi, they can read Gurmukhi or not.
Please join Bhai harinamsinghkhalsa every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Pacific Time for our Gurbani Vichar program in English on Sherry Punjab Radio AM 600, which can be live streamed in your time zone at am600.ca.